Alrighty folks, in the previous video we made a bunch of lights in a blueprint and we found out that we could change individual properties. We could change the colors of the point lights individually, um, and we can recycle them. The video also had a little tangent or a detour into changing the center point and talked about parenting and stuff. I don't really want to talk about that in this video, so long story short, if you right click and make a new blueprint of actor and call this my light and double click on it, you can start adding stuff to it. In the previous video I added a cylinder, I added a point light, and I added a sphere, and I gave them 3 materials. Okay, so these 3 things are stacked on top of each other. I'm going to take the cylinder and I'm going to, and I'll talk parenting real quick. You have to drag this point light to the top and attach, sphere to the top and attach. Make sure there's no parents for now. Everything's just a child of default scene root. Now I can mess with these individually. I can move the sphere up and put it where I want it. I can change the cylinder and go scale it and make it tall and skinny and shrink it down. And I kind of do want these 2 things lined up, the sphere here and the top of the cylinder. This one's a little bit taller and skinnier, but that's okay. And the point light, I think it should not be inside the torch handle, but somewhere up here. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to redo all the parenting stuff I did in the other one, other than to say I want the sphere to be a child of cylinder and the point light to be a child of sphere. The bad thing about this one is if you drag these out, the center point is off. The end of the previous video will show you how to change that center point, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page here, okay? So I'm actually going to get rid of my light and just go work with my fancy light, all right? Let's go do it. Right now, this light is not interactable. I'm going to delete all these because there's too many of them. I can just come on down over in my outliner and hold shift, and I'm going to delete all but, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them. And here we go. Okay, these need to be interactable. I want to walk up to them and turn them off and on. Well, we said in the previous video that you don't want to just make a level blueprint and click on one of these and go to your level blueprint and make some code that turns this off and on with the E key. Why? Because if you do it in the level blueprint, you'd have to do it for every new light you added. If you had 100 lights in your level, it would be a big pain in the bum. So, what's my solution? Well, I'm going to go code in the blueprint. Let's go do it. Inside the light blueprint, we've been working in the viewport, setting all this up for the last little while. I'm going to go over to the event graph, and let's go get this going. Right now, if I go in here, and what should I do? I want to make it so if I push the E key, it turns the light off and on. So I'm going to type keyboard event E, and that will teleport me down to the E's. If you just type keyboard or something like that, you'll have to scroll down to the E, and you can use F or G or something like that, right? But if we all use the same one, it'll be easier to test each other's projects. Please never do anything in Unreal if you don't drag off and print something. Hello, okay? This is to make sure the E key even works in the first place. Let's go hit compile and play. And I'm going to run around and hit E, and not a darn thing is happening. I'll just cry myself to bed because the E key doesn't work on this light blueprint right now. Well, the reason is in Unreal you need to drag off of event begin play and type, what is it? Input enabled? Enable input, that's what it is. Now, this thing, the target is this light blueprint. So please don't think it's the player or something like that. Self doesn't mean the player. It's talking about the word self in Unreal Blueprints means whatever the name of the class is. So enable input on this light blueprint and for what player controller. Now this part's kind of silly. You need to put player controller here. I'd probably get player controller, and you get it by number. 0 is player 1, weirdly enough, and 1 is player 2 if you have multiple controllers plugged in. So if you ever want to have a 2-player game where they can both interact with the light, or a 4-player game, you'll need to put both of these in here like this, I believe. Will it take 2? It won't. You'll have to duplicate this and have both controllers enabled. Or there's other ways with a loop for each loop and stuff. But let's just do player index 0 can interact with this light, or this object. Let's hit compile and go hit play. And now if I hit E, hello, 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 that's good news. I hope you know what we're doing next, okay? We are not going to print hello anymore. We know it works. Leave it if you want to. but I'm going to delete it so it doesn't pollute our game. Now, what should the E key do? Well, we need to get access to the point light so that we can mess with its stuff, okay? So again, make sure you're inside the light blueprint. You see all the parts of the light that we made in the viewport a minute ago, this tab right here. I'm in the event graph for the light blueprint, and I've clicked on point light and dragged it out because I want access. The E key is going to access the point light component of this light blueprint. Let me drag this off, and I think I'm going to go intensity. Set intensity. Now, there's other stuff you can do, and there might be a way to turn it off and on like better, but so far I'm going to use intensity, and I'll tell you if I find a better thing. E is going to set the intensity of this light component, point light component, to 0. And let's go hit play and start it, and I'm going to hit E. And it worked for all but one light. Why is that? I have no idea, actually. Oh, this light has a different intensity, I'll bet. Does it? Point light. Yep, I messed with its intensity. The red and the blue one have the default intensity of 5,000. Let's go hit play again and see if that's true. That weirds me out. No, the blue one's still going too, right? It's just the red one that's shut off. I don't know why. This should work for all of them. I'll pause for a moment.